Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero. I'm the man. Well, imagine that you started the game. You downloaded the game from Steam, hopefully. You've installed it, you started the game, and what the hell you're supposed to do now? Well, first of all, you have to run from your landing site that was somewhere over there. I don't exactly remember where, because, well, unlike in the previous Subnautica game, there's gonna be constantly either raining, snowing, or God knows what else, and it's actually really hard to have a landmark that you can use as an orientation in where exactly you're going. Like back in the previous game, you had the Aurora. In this one, well, you have nothing. So you begin the game, you swim to your little pot, and what do you do next? That's a very good question. You need to have some equipment. Without equipment, you won't be able to do nothing. And trust me, you want that equipment if you want to survive more than like 2 days. So probably the first thing that you need to worry about is getting some food. Just saying, because well, gathering resources will take some time. Food comes from, well, one place and one place only. Mostly fishes. You have this thing little called the bladderfish, which is currently running away from me. You will need that thing if you want to make water. You need water. And any other remaining fish you can try to use for food. So for example, it doesn't really matter. The best one is the peeper. It's not this one though. The peeper is this one, the one with the big eye. This is probably the most nutritious fish from all of them available in Subnautica. And to craft food, you actually have to go back to your little pot over here, select that thing to the left, and then you have sustenance. Cooked food, you can cook the fish that you have found, and you can create plastic bottles with water. Don't ask me where to get the plastic bottle. I honestly have no damn idea. But the only fish that you can turn into water is the bladderfish. So try not to cook it for food. Try to use it just for water. But now it's time to actually prepare some proper equipment, right? So what exactly you want to do? You want to go to, I guess, in front of your little pot. The thing is that I'm not exactly sure will it spawn exactly in the same location. It's gonna spawn in this biome, but will it spawn in the same location? I don't know. Hopefully it will. So you start from here, right? You start from your little door, and you want to go to this little kept forest that you have here. That is gonna be quite essential. So grab some oxygen, dive deep. To your information, I don't think there are any like dangerous animals at the very beginning of the game. At least there should not be. So you go over here and you're gonna notice that little cave there. You want to go inside and you want to grab that little green plant that is currently growing there. The animals that you find in this biome should be passive. Yeah, exactly, that's the thing that we need. So we gotta grab those 3, or more if you actually find them. Don't you worry, you're gonna use all of those things. And as you are swimming, as you are swimming around, looking for resources, looking for ways of surviving, you actually want to go to those little rock deposits over here, such as this one here, right? So you go into it, you don't need to have any tools, and you triple press your mouse button. With this thing, you're gonna get yourself some resources, such as either titanium or copper. You're gonna need both of those. So try to look around. Like there's a lot of them already over here, so you should not have any difficulties. It's always random. Either you're gonna find titanium or you're gonna find copper. It's really hard to say. I think it's also possible to find lead to those. I'm not exactly sure, but for sure I know that you're gonna find copper and titanium. And if you're running low on oxygen, press and hold spacebar and pray. This game will go dark, but keep going. Don't release the spacebar. You've managed to survive. Good job. Now back into the water and keep searching. So you found yourself some titanium, you found yourself some copper. That's nice, but now you're gonna need quartz. Quartz are those little crystals that appear around the place. Yes, oxygen, I know. It's it's a never-ending struggle for oxygen, boy. You want to find some quartz. Quartz is essential if you want to get yourself glass and a bunch of other items. The thing is that quartz is a separated item, so you won't find those quartz in those little rock deposits. You're gonna actually have to look for specific crystals. So as you see, next to this, I guess, that octopi arm, whatever thing, you're gonna find some more quartz. So feel free to grab it. I think you're gonna need around 5 or so of quartz. I'm not exactly sure, I didn't do the math. But you should be able to find quartz all over the place. See, there's even more over here. And I haven't even swim for like longer than, what, 5 seconds to find quartz? There's some more quartz over there. So, lovely. The basic idea is you want to go around and you want to collect quartz, titanium, copper. And there's one more resource that we need to gather. This one's actually gonna be a little bit harder. So we started from the door, which is over there. You can see it from the little window over here. And you want to go to the opposite side. And you want to go there, in front of you. Our emergency supply crate have spawned over there. It's like an event that happens, I guess, the second day, on the first day on the game. Or either you're gonna get close enough to it. It's hard for me to say at this point in the game. But you want to go to the kelp forest here. Now what you're looking for are those things. The red, glowing, whatever thing. Don't forget about the oxygen, man. It's really important, you know, especially underwater. So grab yourself some oxygen and you swim for those red things, right? Don't you worry, they're not gonna explode. They're not gonna try to eat you, not yet. And you collect, well, a few of those. Yes. You get those things, and you sail back. Swim. You swim back. And it's time to start making some gear. Back at the base, you go to the fabricator, and you're gonna go to the first section. And here you have all the elements necessary to build stuff. Then you want to go to the personal and equipment. And those are the items that you need to craft. Those are basically the essentials. The most important items are the knife, the scanner, and the oxygen tank, along with some fines. Trust me, you're gonna need those things. Those are like basically the essentials. You need to have those things. The flare, I don't think I've used the flare like that many times. The flashlight is nice to have. And the air bladder is basically sometimes a must-have as well. So get the silicon rubber from the red glowing whatever thing that we have just gathered. There you go, we're gonna have a few. Very nice. That should be helpful. Glass, obviously, you get from quartz. So try to craft some of those as well. And then comes the battery. The battery comes from this weird-ass red plant and some copper. I'm gonna need more of those eventually. So, you want to start with making yourself some fines. That will allow you to swim faster. And you want to get yourself a knife. Those two items I highly recommend that you're gonna do at the beginning. If you still have some resources, get yourself the scanner.
All right,
and yeah. And with those, you have to actually go back outside. Now don't forget to equip your items, just so you know. So you got those things. Grab yourself the knife. Hell yeah. Sharp, look out on it. You want to go back to those red, like kelp forest, whatever thingy, creep vines, and you want to slice them a few times. Why? Because that's a different resource. Yeah, I know. Surprise. You have not expected that thing to happen, did you? If you really want, you can use the scanner to get some important, well, lore-wise, game-wise, but also interesting information from all of the fauna and flora in the game. So you can scan animals, both the passive ones and the aggressive ones, the plants, and also you're gonna use the scanner to acquire yourself new blueprints. So the scanner is actually quite essential, maybe not at the very first stage of the game, but once you will leave the first biome, you need to have the scanner. You won't be able to progress without it. You won't be able to acquire new blueprints. You won't be able to find, well, important lore parts of the game. So you want to get yourself the fiber mash. You do that thing. Side note, you can also eat that that creep vine if you really want to. It's not really huge sustenance for you, but beggars can be choosers, right? With those things, you really want to get yourself the oxygen tank, so get that thing immediately. And also, just so you know, yeah, thank you. And also, just so you know, you can use the fiber mash to get yourself first aid kits, which will be essential once you begin some actual combat in the game. And now the oxygen tank is gonna be a lot easier to go around. And now you can actually go deeper as well, which is very nice. Now, if you're gonna go deeper, you need to have a way to evacuate yourself just in case. Because, well, sometimes you may forget yourself and you're gonna die. You don't want that thing to happen. So you grab yourself one more air bladder. You go back to your base and you create this thing, the air bladder. Basically, this is
Hearing the word oxygen, the air bladder provides a significant upward thrust to help you get to air faster.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you really want to, you can get yourself a floating air pump and pipes. That's also will be very handy to explore like the deeper parts of the water. But this thing, like if you don't want to play around with the air pump, the air bladder is basically an essential thing, right? Let's say that you begin to drown. And what you're gonna do? Well, you press the button and you almost instantly get back to the surface. Very helpful. And then remember that you can also find more of those plants required to make batteries a little bit further away from your drop pod. So those things apparently grow like under caves, I guess. So if you're looking for those things, you have to actually look like for those underground, underwater type of sections of the map. There's some more over here. Very, very nice. And don't forget, if you really want to, you can always scan yourself some plants to get some lore behind the game. Because why not, right? So basically, ladies and gentlemen, those are the essentials, right? The tank, the flippers, some basic food. If you really want to, you can get yourself the flashlight, as I said, but you need to have the scanner and you need to have the knife. Otherwise, it's gonna be like really hard to get anything else. And well, you need to have means of defending yourself. The other items, yeah, the air bladder, really helpful, especially at the very beginning of the game. I don't think you're gonna need the repair tool that quick, so you can chill with that one. And as I said, the flashlight, it's okay to have. Sometimes it's helpful, but it's not like super essential, so it's up to you. Scanner, knife, air bladder, of course the air tank and defense, and you're set to go into the world of Subnautica. And well, I do wish you good luck, and I hope you won't die too quick. I'm gonna try to roll a few more of those episodes. Let me know what other things would you like to know, what other things you think will be useful, and I'll, well, try to make the best out of it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do this thing. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Subs a lot. Up to you in the next video.